The chair recognizes Mr. Curran of Springfield. Members are please asked to take your seats and fasten your seatbelts.
Mr. Speaker, and through you to the members, like a previous speaker, I had asked Clerk James if there was an historical precedent for a double standing ovation, as this farewell might be my maiden as well. He said he didn't think so, but it was with some hesitation I was going to make this address, but you called me and you said you were going to throw in a free rocking chair. So there's no way I'm going to pass up that bargain. So, friends, it's been a true honor and a privilege to stand shoulder to shoulder with you all as we march the Commonwealth down the path of progress. So it's nice to have an opportunity to thank so many of you who made that walk possible. And so I wanted to thank Mr. Steve James and the level of professionalism you've lent this chamber for so many years, and your staff of Timmy Carroll, Scott, Marie, Billy, and really everybody in the clerk's office. You guys do a terrific job. You've answered every question. You've answered every question, both great and small, and you guys are just terrific. I want to thank the security staff here. Mr. Joe Quinn, who for many years I see talking to himself in the halls of the State House about horses he shouldn't have bet on at Suffolk Downs, and some horses he did bet on. Joe, you're terrific. Mr. Odell Ruffin, who offers every bit of advice under the sun, both political and non-political. Some advice you should take, and some of it you shouldn't take, actually. To Ray Amaral, to Chip, and to really all of the court officers here. You do a great job, as well as the park rangers, of keeping this building safe and secure for democracy. Thank you. I'd like to thank that wonderful lady who works outside in the House switchboard, Rose, by the elevators. Who, when our constituents call, she answers every day with a very cheery, "This is the State House," and she directs our constituents to our respective offices. Rose, you're terrific, and you're an absolute delight. And I'd like to thank all of you, the members of the great General Court. You guys are absolutely terrific colleagues. I had a chance recently to speak with a bunch of college students about various career paths, and before them, they had a few, they had questions. Some of them were going to go into the insurance industry. Some of them were going to go into the banking industry. Some of them expressed interest in the hospitality industry. And time again, they kept asking me the same thing. Is it worth getting involved in elective office? And unequivocally and resoundingly, I told them yes. There's no better way to create positive change in your community than to have the courage to put your name on the ballot. That's what I did. 10 years ago, in my city of Springfield, we were completely and nearly bankrupt. We didn't have enough money to keep on our streetlights. And really, that was the simplest campaign I ever had. I just walked around the city and said I was going to turn the lights back on. And I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I walked around the city, and you know what? That was the best slogan I ever had. And lo and behold, it worked. And I was fortunate enough to earn the votes of the fellow residents of Springfield. And through the hard work here and lots of state aid, and along with my colleagues in the Springfield delegation, Mr. Benjamin Swan, Mr. Angelo Pupolo, Cheryl Rivera, Mr. Tommy Petrolati, Mr. Brian Ash, Jim Welsh, who's now in the Senate, Gail Kinderis, who's now in the Senate. We've been able to make an impact in our city. We've been able to take a city that had a $4 million deficit in 2004 and turn it around to a city that has a $40 million surplus in 2014. That's an amazing change, and that's a change that can only happen here through the hard work of the men and women in this chamber. And because of that foundation, because of the leadership of Mayor Ryan and Mayor Sarno, the city of Springfield really is a success story. Because of our strong financial footing, we've been able to attract investment from around the Commonwealth, around this country, and indeed around the world. In just the last 12 months, I've been proud to be a part of a ribbon cutting for the new University of Massachusetts in downtown Springfield. I've been proud to be a part of a ceremonial ribbon cutting for the largest construction project in the history of Western Massachusetts. That's MGM Springfield. And I was very proud to be a part of the ceremonies marking the national headquarters for a company from Beijing, CNR Rail Lines, that will make Springfield its North American headquarters for subway manufacturing and assembling of train cars. That's a success story. Folks, we've done more than turn on the streetlights in the city of Springfield. We've brought some electricity and some hope to our city, and we've brought a spark of possibility to Western Massachusetts. And that is why I am proud to be a state representative, and that is why I would recommend to any young person looking to go forward to consider elective office. You know, in this speech of thank yous, I would be remiss if I didn't thank some of the most important people in this entire process. And although they may call our office too many times, the voters, our constituents, I need to thank the voters in the 9th Hampden District. The fact that they would allow this son of Irish immigrants the privilege of standing in this chamber and voting on their behalf for so many years is really quite an honor. And it's something that I will always remember. It's my understanding that from the last elections that there is a tremendous amount of talent. There's going to be a great assemblage of talent coming in here next January. And certainly, I will not be a part of that session as well. I certainly will not be a part of that session. But I can tell you, if there's any touch of sadness that I do have here standing at this microphone, is that I will not be fighting here with you all to make the Commonwealth a better place. And although there's going to be some talented people coming in here, I can tell you there's not going to be one among them who can stand at this podium as I do now and just to tell you all how proud I am to call you all my friends. And so with that, my friends, I just want to just bid you a fond farewell. Thank you.
Sean, you're still, you got it.
All right.
You're still welcome.